Hi guys, it's a lovely day today. We'd love to be out riding our bikes, but unfortunately it's quite difficult obviously at the moment. So what we're going to focus on this afternoon is doing a little bit of bike maintenance, something that we probably don't do enough of and do as often as we should do. So we're going to look at giving the bike a really good clean, including the main part of the bike, all the frame, seat, handlebars, etc. And the messy part, which is the chain and all the cogs and things like that, because they're covered in oil. So I've got a few bits ready here. I've got my bike on a stand, but if you haven't got a stand for your bike, what you can do is just prop it up against the wall or somewhere that's out of the way and do it there like that. So there's two parts to the cleaning process of a bike. Just the general washing bit, and then there's obviously getting all the oil and the grime off that chain. That's a really important part. I tend to like to start with the chain because I find it's easier to clean when it's dry. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you a bit about all the bits and pieces that I've got for cleaning. But don't worry if you've not got them, you can use anything that you've got, just general stuff at home. So let's have a quick look at those. So I've got just some soapy water in here for washing the bike down. I've got just a container with some different things in. So I've got brush for brushing the bike. You can get, if you want, special fancy bike cleaners, which I have, but to be honest, some warm soapy water just does the same job, and you can use anything like some car washing liquid, a bit of washing liquid. As long as you give the bike a good spray down with the hose, rinse it down. Once you've done, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, these ones you spray on first, but it makes little difference really. I'll be using the soapy water today. I've got this is a specific spray for chains. It's a degreaser essentially. You can get loads of different kinds. I've not used that one before, it's a new one, it's just one I got online. But there are all sorts of different ones out there if you want. If you've not got one of these, don't worry about that. The main thing is that we're going to use a rag, and I'll show you about that to wipe all the muck off the chain. This is a bit like WD-40, it's just a bit of a degreaser. Well, not a degreaser so much, more of it gets rid of the water, the moisture, which makes the chain rusty. So when you've washed your bike at the end and you've got a wet chain, it's good to give it a little bit of spray with something like that, but it's a bit like WD-40, so if you've got that lurking around in a garage at home, then you can use some of that too. So pop that down there. I've got some oil, because it's important to get some more oil on the chain before you ride it next time. Well, if you want to, a small old towel to wipe the bike down, give that a wash. Give it a wash with that. Really important thing though, I've got some rags. Rags are really important for your bike. This is what we're going to clean the chain with and get all of that gunk off the chain. Now it's really important to clean the chain. People often fail to do that. Why is it important? Well, the chain's got oil on, and oil's a bit like a magnet for dirt and grime, and that dirt and grime works its way into all the parts of the chain and the cogs and all these different bits, and it acts a bit like sandpaper and it wears things down. So it's really important to actually get that clean every now and then, or as often as possible really, to get all of that gunk off. And it basically it preserves your chain, it makes it all move better, reduces the friction on it. It means that you can change gears easier, it doesn't seize up, and it just gives a bit more life to it. It lasts a bit longer, all your chain and those parts, because they do all wear out over time. And the less you clean it, the quicker it'll wear out. And it's the same for most of the other parts of the bike as well. Dirt and grime does work its way in. It can do that in the spokes, into your wheels, things like that, bearings and seals. So it's always good to keep your bike clean. Okay, so this is quite mucky. Actually, it's from, I don't think I've cleaned it since I was last out at school with some of you guys. So we're going to give it a good clean now. As I say, I'm going to start with the chain. Right, so let's move that out of the way. Now, obviously I'm going to take a bit of time doing this, but I'm going to try and whiz through quickly, because you don't want to be watching me for an hour and a half cleaning this bike down. I'm going to do a thorough clean, but you can do as much or as little as you like. You might not have all the bits, you might just think, I'll just give it a wash today, that's fine. But yeah, you can also fast forward bits if you're getting bored, because you don't want to see me washing the whole bike down. Okay, so let's start with this chain then. So put a bit of paper down, maybe under the chain, and make sure it catches any dripping stuff. I'm going to use this spray that I've got, but if you've not got that, don't worry about it. We'll just get that rag on for now. Okay, so spray a bit of this on, and I'm going to turn the pedals backwards to make the chain and all the cogs go round. So I'm going to spray this on that chain and all over these cogs. And what that does, it loosens up that grime and that oil and makes it come off a bit easier. So I'm going to take a rag now. You might want to put gloves on, it's up to you, depends how clean you can keep your hands away from the chain. But basically, an old sheet, old rag, something like that. Put it under there, grip it nice and tight, and then run the pedal backwards. And you can give it a wipe. What you find is that muck, that oil all coming off in the rag. So we're going to do that. Try and get the sides done and the top and the bottom of the chain. Sometimes you get, then on your rag, get bits of string coming off. Just try and get those strands away. So work around the chain like that. And I can see that's coming up quite well now. You can see the amount of muck on that rag. It's amazing how much comes off, you'd be surprised. Okay, so I've been around the chain, you can see just how much muck and oil has come off there. It's pretty filthy, so it's a good job to get that done. So I'm going to pop a bit more spray on here. And show you how to get these cogs a bit cleaner, because the muck really builds up on there as well. So take your rag, fold it over in half, like this, and then pull it nice and tight in your hands, so you get one line of cloth, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push it in between each of the cogs and pull it up and down. So pop it in there. And then you can see how much oil is coming off in between those cogs. Turn that round as well so you can get all parts of the cassette. Like that. So there's an enormous amount of oil coming off just in those cogs there. Of course the chain's in the way, so what you might need to do is just change your gears, drop the chain down out of the way so you can get those top cogs as well. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we can get these ones here at the top. Might just pop a bit more of this on. Get those big ones at the top. That's it. You get the hang of this, you can get the whole cog to spin backwards as you do it by applying a little bit more pressure each time. It just comes backwards so you don't have to turn the cog around with the pedals to get all parts of it. That one's really dirty. It's looking a bit better. I could spend a bit more time on this, but I'm going to move on in just a second. Just get that outside one there. Yeah, it's a bit better. Still a bit dirty. I could spend a bit more time on that though. The other area that you get lots of dirt building up is these small ones. We call these the jockey wheels. So what you can do is, there's loads of muck on these ones, is you can just press this against one side of it and just rotate it carefully backwards, pushing against the side of that little jockey wheel, and you find that the muck comes off. If it's really bad, what you can do is use a little small screwdriver or something like that to scrape it up. You just pop it against there, turn it back slowly, and it will come off. Okay, so we'll give these little parts a wipe down as well with our spray if we wanted to, if we've got some. Oops, right. That's it. And you'll notice that these bits of aluminium, that's the chrome, they come up a lot nicer if you spend a bit of time getting the muck off them. We can do the front ones as well. A bit harder to get if you've got internal ones at the front on the chain rings, a bit harder to get into some of them. You can do it, but if you've got some smaller brushes and you want to put the time in, you can get those ones in there as well by working it in. I can see lots of dirt right in the inside one there, but as I say, they're a bit harder to get to, so if you want to spend a bit of time you can do that. Okay, right, so happy with that for now, so let's move those to the side. Okay, so right, time to get the main bike washed. There's lots of dirt, usual places behind the seat post and the main frame of the bike under here, the main frame there, obviously wheels, things, so we're going to give them a good wash down. First thing, a bit like washing a car, what I'll do is give it a hose down first. Let's get that hose on. Wash it down. There we go. Right, covered all areas of the bike. That should just make it a little bit easier just to scrub it down now it's loosened and wet and moistened the dirt on the bike. This is where you could use one of these spray-on cleaners if you wanted to, but as I say, I'm not going to bother using that today because not everyone will have these. And to be honest, a lot of the time I do just tend to use the warm soapy water and a brush and you can use an old rag or a towel or something like that. Obviously not the same one you've done your chain with, because you don't want oil all over your back. So start at the top, give it a good wash down. Again, you don't want to see me doing all of this, so fast forward. Feel free to hit fast forward while I just work away at this frame. And I'm going to try and cover all of the parts of the bike. I've got this here because you might not have a brush that you can use, so you could use an old towel or rag, as I say, instead. Okay, covering all areas of the bike. So being quite thorough, doing all the handlebars, the brakes, cables as well. Underneath things, it's quite easy just to do the main parts that you can see and miss bits underneath. So have a look under. You get lots of dirt going up in here, underneath things, under there, under here. So do really work inside things. Down the inside of all the stays. And that. Suspension on bikes is really good, but it's a real pain for washing them because it's hard to get inside lots of the parts there. That's where brushes tend to be quite good. So there's lots of dirt under here, so let's get that brush in there. Don't forget your wheels. No. Get that brush in there. Inside of your forks as well. The rear wheel. Turn that one around. Try and get your spokes as well, so give it a little wash around there. Got suspension on your forks, don't neglect those either, because the dirt goes inside here as they go up and down, so you want to get right in there, give them a good clean. Pedals as well, don't forget them, and the cranks underneath. Around your brakes as well. If you've got discs, give them a good clean. Don't forget to keep turning that wheel around so you get all parts of the wheel and the components around the wheel. If you want to be really thorough, you can take your wheels off and wash them separately. Makes it a bit easier to clean, and you can also then clean the brackets where they attach, which is really thorough, but that's up to you. Okay. I didn't do this pedal, so I'll do that one now. Tend to be really careful not to get the brushes and the bits that I'm cleaning the rest of the bike with, not to get them on the chain. So I keep them separate, so clean bush for frame, a towel if that's what you're using, or rag, and only get your oily rags on that chain. So just be careful keeping the two separate, because you don't want to be spreading oil around different parts of your bike. Okay, fairly happy with that, but again, if I was going to do a really thorough job, I'd spend a little bit more time, and you probably want to spend a bit more time than I've done, because I'm just trying to whiz through, show you the basics. So, like with the car, we've got soap and detergents on there, so we want to now give it a good hose down. Do that. Oh. You can have that laugh for free. Hose malfunction. Good job it's a warm day. Right, let's carry on. Okay, that's good. Get that out of the way. Okay. Well, I have to say that's looking a lot better, and that bike was desperately in need of a bit of a clean, a good clean, some TLC, shall we say. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about earlier.